ready? All right, here we go. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about the ancient number system. In the ancient number system, there are 12 numbers. The first number is God. The second number is body and soul, that represents duality. The third number is new life, resurrection, new beginnings. The fourth number, number 4, is your fourfold nature, your physical, spiritual, intellectual, and emotional. The fifth number represents meditation and sacrifice. So when they talk about Jesus having to sacrifice for the world, they never tell you what Jesus actually sacrificed. So before we get into this, I'm going to tell you what Jesus sacrificed. Keep in mind, Jesus was not an actual person that existed and walked on this earth. Jesus is not a man. It's something that takes place in the body. So Jesus had to sacrifice 5 things. In religion, they call it the 5 holy wounds. These 5 things that Jesus had to sacrifice were your senses, your 5 senses. He took 2 stab wounds to the hands, 2 to the feet, and a final blow to the side. Those represent the 5 holy wounds, which represents your 5 senses. Once you give up your 5 senses, you can be with God. As they say, G-O-D. But that's number 5. Number 6, doctrines, laws, religion. Number 7 is divine intervention. Number 8, rupture, separation. Number 9 is what we're going to talk about today. Number 10 is completion. You start over again. Number 11, you just go back to 1, which is God. And 12 is the number of perfection in Hebrew. Number 12 is representing a lot of things. Tribes, months of the year, zodiac, so on and so forth. The 12 cell salts of the body. So 12 is the number of perfection in Hebrew. But today we're going to talk about the number 9. Number 9 represents life and consciousness. And pretty much everything that we do in life is structured around the number 9. So let's get into it, okay? Now, number 9 represents life and consciousness. We have a number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you add up the first 8 numbers, you get 36. 3 plus 6 is going to equal 9. So after adding up these first 8 numbers, you get 36. You add 9 to it, the last number on the number line, you have 45. When you add all these numbers up, 45, 4 plus 5 equals 9. There's a reason that it's like that, because we're operating off of life and consciousness. So the ancient people that put this together knew what they were talking about, because they dealt with what's going on and taking place within you, not what's going on around you in the world. Also, in the Bible, the Old Testament, there was this old man by the name of Noah that God told him, I think he's like 600 years old, although he never existed. The book says he was 600 years old. And he was tasked with building a boat and taking 2 of every kind of animal and placing them on his boat. I mean, fleas, ticks, elephants, lions, you name it, right? He had to put 2 of each on a boat. He had to build this boat. So let's look at the measurements of this boat that this old man named Noah, I don't know where he got his carpenter skills from either, and his tools, but okay, if you want to believe it, go ahead. So everything in the Old Testament was measured in cubits. A cubit is 18 inches. Again, 1 plus 8 is 9. Noah had to build the ark. The ark, esoterically, is representing your brain. Your brain is the Ark of the Covenant. But for the sake of the story, we're going to go with the story, okay? So Noah's ark was 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, 30 cubits in height. The length, 5,400. 5 plus 4 equals 9. The width was 900. 9. The height was 540. 5 plus 4 again is 9. Let's translate to something that really exists here. All right? So, these are the measurements of the ark. I have here the measurements of a football field. This is to show you how asinine the story is, but you take it literally, which you shouldn't. A football field is 360 feet. It's 160 feet wide. So that's pretty much telling you the size of this boat was much bigger than the football field because the length of it was 450 feet. The width of it was 37 and a half, and the height of it was 75 feet. An old man with his Black & Decker tools built a boat bigger than a football field, and you believe it. Here we go, right? Solomon's temple. Again, we're not talking about an actual temple that was built. This is Solomon's temple. This is the temple. It is the only temple on earth that has been built without human hands nor the sound of saw or hammer. The only temple that has ever been built on earth without human hands nor the sound of saw or hammer. This temple is where God dwells at. This is the kingdom of heaven. Where's the temple at? Right here, on both sides of your head. That is the temple. That is the temple that Solomon was tasked with building. Not literally. Don't take it literally. It's a story. It is a mystical story on how you rebuild your brain. Okay? Solomon's temple was 60 cubits in length, 20 cubits in width, 30 cubits in height. Again, the numbers are going to add up to 9. We're not talking about an actual building. You have people walking around over there in countries looking for Solomon's temple, looking for bricks and stones. You're not going to find it. All right? It's talking about your brain. Here's the interesting one right here, right? So in the Bible, the New Testament, the fishermen, there was 2 of them, they was trying to fish. I think it was Paul and Thomas, whoever it was, but they didn't actually exist, but it's a story. So they're trying to catch fish, and they can't catch the fish. And so come walking along is Jesus, right? So they go, yo, Jay, bro, what's up? What's going on, y'all? Jesus, we can't catch fish, man. We need some help. So Jesus tells them to cast their net to the right side. And when they cast their net to the right side, they catch 153 fish. When you add the numbers up, it equals 9. Casting your net to your right side is a symbolic saying because God dwells on the right side. You have the left side, which is your carnal mind. That is your will and ego that is against anything that's divine and what you call God, which is your right side. Your pineal gland sits slightly to the right. That is your kingdom of heaven. So when Jesus tells them to cast their net to the right side, he's telling them to the divine side. That's why you have the number 9. They catch 153 fish. This is the one that gets me, right? 666. We know this as the mark of the beast. Who is the beast? You get all kinds of answers. You got some people that say, oh yeah, that's the barcode, you know what I mean? Because they got the barcode, that's the mark of the beast, and that's the government, you know? Sad to say that's not the case. 666 is an ancient representation of the beast, and the beast is actually me, you, and everyone else. We are the beast in the field along with the other animals in the field that are called beasts. The difference between us and the other animals is that we have what's called 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. That's your 666. Again, when you add that up, you get 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. We're going back to life and consciousness. It's talking about the mind. And you thought the mark of the beast was the devil. They're not going to teach you this in school, man. In Sunday school, Bible study, nor the church. You're not going to get this, all right? We have 9 months of gestation or pregnancy. The book of Revelation. The book of Revelation is not a book based on death, murder, the end of the world. The book of Revelation is a book that reveals everything that has taken place within your mind from Genesis up until that point. Genesis is the beginning of how your mind came into existence. Revelation is revealing everything that you've taken in up to that point. So in Revelation, there was 144,000 saved. Again, 144,000. When you add the numbers up, you get 9. Okay? This is actually the cosmic above you. You have 12 tribes. You square the 12 tribes representing the cosmic forces of nature above you, the zodiacs. And that's how you get your 144,000. 144,000 is also the frequency of our DNA. Our DNA operates off of a frequency of 144,000. They're not going to tell you this in school, church, or Bible study. You're getting it right here, okay? Just roll with me for a minute. Okay? So far, so good, right? Let's go to the clock. You ask people how many hours on the clock, some of them tell you 24 hours, but it's actually 12 hours on the clock, right? The number of seconds in a 12-hour clock is 432,000. The number of seconds in 24 hours, 84,000. I'm sorry, 84,006,000. In a month and in a year, these numbers, when all